Most of your feelings of love or hate for something come from a past life. You have a feeling based on a positive or negative experience you had in the past. Not only in this present lifetime, but also in a previous and several past lives. The way you behave with your surroundings and other people. Your interests for a certain time period. Cultures, languages, and places that you never heard before, as well your disgusts for others. They all come from several past incarnations. The same goes for things like preconceived knowledge, as well as some life challenges that don't seem to go away, no matter how hard you try. There are lots of fun and benefits that come from exploring past lives. And one of the best ways to do it is by getting hypnotized by a professional hypnotherapist who will safely guide you to dive into the regressions. Keep in mind that there might be a lot of research and discerning to do in order to find the right professional for you. Now, talking about the soul's growth. When individuals truly start to grow spiritually, the view of the world around them changes and challenges become easier. One of the practical ways to grow is by tapping into the previous reincarnations. The process of rebirth in a different body is a fact that all religions and cultures in the world have acknowledged, including Christianity in the early years. Until it got lost through the years, because of some corrupted beings deciding to change the original teachings of Jesus. So that resulted on today's Western civilization becoming the odd one out, with many devoted believers struggling to accept reincarnation. Okay. So, to activate the spiritual growth through the past life exploration process, ideally, there should be more than 3 to 5 past life visions. The more, the better, and more fun you will have in the process. Of course, an individual will not be able to see many of the previous incarnations, because they may contain potentially inappropriate information that may interfere in the soul's growth. Anyways, once a person discovers reincarnation, he or she realizes the fact that everyone has a past, present, and future life. And there is no turning back. The path to spiritual growth is set. First, on a personal level, one is able to gradually see and recognize the mistakes and wrong life choices they had been making in the past, as well as in the present life. Contrary to what some people against past lives may believe, the discovery of them doesn't make a person become irresponsible in their present life. Instead, there is a greater appreciation of uniqueness. Each life has something truly beautiful that no other can offer. So it is deeply cherished with the heart. Besides that, the general fear of death as ending and nothingness disappears. There is an understanding that death is actually a transitional phase into a new beginning, the start of a new life, in a new body. Then, things like obsessive attachment to the body's outward appearance start to fade as well. There is no obsession to change one's body in order to satisfy other people, such as performing plastic surgery. The physical imperfections on others are appreciated as uniqueness instead of defects. Things like sexism, male or female superiority, are just laughable because we constantly have lives as a man or a woman. And more importantly, there is an understanding that everything is based on the soul's willingness and power to change the world, regardless of gender. Also, people who are proud of their so-called race seem ridiculously ignorant, a good way of saying stupid, while at the same time, a more developed individual can recognize that they are inexperienced souls on the path of growth. Things like attachment to culture, traditions, superiority of religions and beliefs disappear. They seem absurd as well, and even more when people fight for them, trying to convince others to have their same infantile thoughts. Finally, concepts like karma are better understood, and it helps you get better at managing the dynamics. All that we create, through thoughts and actions, have consequences. Contrary to what many people believe, karma is not a negative, punishing force, but rather a balancing force. It can have a positive or negative outcome, depending on the intentions of the individual who committed the act in the first place. And karma, most of the time, does not happen instantaneously, as many people mistakenly tend to or would like to believe. It takes place only when there is a similar circumstance of events and an opportunity for the involved souls to grow. Thus, some types of karma can take hundreds of lifetimes, such as today's people in the world experiencing some of the karmic difficulties that were not learned during the times of Atlantis and Lemuria more than 10,000 years ago. Okay. There is so much to talk about this subject that will not fit in this presentation. Now it is the time for you to explore your inner world of past lives. Don't wait and start soon.